Hello, hello, and happy April. My name is Aisha Harley, and I am one of the founders of the Visionary Leaders Collective, joined today by Erin Fugate, Dr. Josie Schmidt, and Ariana Harley. And it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to our podcast. So the first half of the call, we always focus on an array of different wellness topics and solutions using essential oils and other medicinal plants. In the second portion of the call, we focus on how to successfully earn income by simply sharing doTERRA. If you would like to learn about all of our community offerings, please visit our amazing pack-filled website at hellovisionary.life. Please also follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And if you love this podcast, we would be very grateful for a 5-star review and a few kind words. This really helps other people find us and view and listen to our content. We have incredible topics each week, so be sure to tune in weekly and, of course, share with your friends. Today, we will be doing a roundtable discussion on the importance of maintaining healthy blood glucose levels and sharing the many benefits of the doTERRA greens and fiber powders. I promise you, after this call, you are going to be running to your kitchen to drink your greens and your fiber powder. But first, Ariana is going to ground us with a meditation using citrus bloom.
Good morning, everyone, and hello if you're listening to the podcast at any time. My name is Ariana Harley, and if you have citrus bloom, I invite you to go ahead and grab it. We were just discussing that another great option if you don't have citrus bloom is adaptive. This is a blend that has some beautiful citrus in it, magnolia and lavender, and it's going to be phenomenal for the nervous system. So go ahead and drop a few drops into your hands. You're going to rub your hands together, and then go ahead and take a deep inhale through your nose. And you can do that to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go ahead and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale through the nose on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, inhaling. Long, deep inhale, and then you're going to hold. Opening up the lungs and the chest, relaxing the shoulders. And exhale all the air out of the belly. And one last time, taking an inhale and just imagining what you would like to bring more of into your life today. Expanding the lungs. And on the exhale, releasing any stress or tension and shaking out the hands, the neck, shoulders. And then I'm going to pass it back to Aisha, and we will go ahead and dive in to our call topic.
Thank you very much, Ariana. And I'm actually going to pass the call right over to Dr. Josie, and she's going to kick off this discussion. We actually would love for this to be more of a roundtable discussion, and we'd love to hear from all of you. So she'll get us going. And then if you have tips, inspiration, insights, questions, you can put them in the chat or raise your hand and come on for the discussion.
Thank you, Aisha. Hello, everyone. I'm just checking my volume there, make sure it's great. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Josie, and naturopathic physician if you're new to us. And I'm so excited for this conversation. So we would love to have a conversation. And so please, when you would like to speak, you could put your little hand up, but you could also unmute yourself. And when you're finished speaking, mute yourself again. If there's any background noise, just help us with that feel of a roundtable and a conversation. So when we were thinking about this call, we were really wanting to bring in there's so much in science right now and in nutrition and in the whole world conversation around blood sugar, blood glucose, insulin, aging, and cellular health, right? It's huge. It's juicy. And we know that within our palette of the opportunity that we have with doTERRA and a doTERRA account, we have so many friends. I like to think of them as allies, products that can really help and assist us in this journey, because it's life, it's eating, and it's how we nourish ourselves and how we process our food, and working at having the food that we eat truly nourish us. And so one of the things to think about in that general idea is that Aisha and I were talking previously, and we've heard this a few times now, and it's a shocking kind of statement, and it can kind of wake you up, is that every time your insulin goes high, or we call it a spike, you're aging. That's a hit on your cells. And as you get older, it's a real hit. And it accumulates every meal, every time, every exposure. And it starts to, it's hard on your cells, and it's a bit of aging. So step back again. Okay, insulin, what is that? That's the hormone that is helping us process our carbohydrates as sugars in our body. That's what we call blood sugar or blood glucose. The carbs that we eat, and then they get broken down, and insulin is helping to get that out of our bloodstream into our cells so our cells can use it. We want that. When you have a high dose of it, your insulin can't get it all into the cells, and you have this kind of sugar hanging out in your bloodstream, around your tissues, around your cells. And this isn't good. This is where we get that aging, with that hanging around blood sugar and with insulin so spiking so high because there's too much of it. Why is there too much of it? Because we're eating too many things we really shouldn't be eating. High calorie in the sense of low density carbohydrates. So let's talk about this. There are what is it called, Aisha? There's quick carbs, and there's fast carbs and slow carbs. There's a lot of different ways you can talk about that. Yeah. And so this idea is that even in like broccoli, in a vegetable, you still have there's still carbohydrates. There's fiber. So that's what vegetables are. Vegetables are carbohydrates and fiber, little bit of fat, depending on the vegetable, a little bit of protein, some good protein, but more carbs, and then fiber. What is fiber? Fiber is technically a carbohydrate in a sense, but it's an undigestible carbohydrate. So you can get a little complicated. You have different kinds of fibers, and some are less digestible than others. But let's be simple about this and just think of it as like a much less or undigestible carbohydrate. So it's doing some good things in your colon and for your heart health, but it's not having that insulin hit. That's what we call a slow carb. A fast carb is, I'm just going to be simple here. Let's think about all the flours, also any kind of grains. So you have whole grains, have a lot of other minerals and nutrients and things that are more than just the flours. And so that makes them slower than like a pastry. It's just going to be like sugar, flours, and then think of pastas, breads mostly, and then think about alcohol. Goes right into one step from sugar, alcohol. All those things are fast, and they're going to spike your blood sugar way high. So what do we do about this? Let's get this going. One of the things, I want to plant the seed. I heard a great, I have a couple seeds, and then I want to open it up for everyone to talk about, is there's this great little, what is it, YouTube with Emily Wright and one of the scientists at Dr. Alex, I think Debel, I forget how you pronounce his last name, talking. And so I'm going to share one of their tips. But the first one is, we have a lot of great tools. I'm going to highlight three, and then we can talk about more. We have the fiber powder, we have a greens powder, and we have the MetaPWR system. And I want to highlight the oil and the MetaPWR assist in the MetaPWR system. So those are, I guess there's four things I want to talk before we open. So did you know that when you add a slow carb or a fiber, along with eating some like regular grains or carbohydrates, slow carbohydrates, you make them fast. Fast carbohydrates, you make them slower, right? So if you're having your meal and you're getting like potatoes or rice or pasta or bread in your meal, but before your meal or during your meal, you have some greens powder or fiber powder. These are fibers and very slow carbohydrates. If you eat those concurrently at the same time with that meal, you're going to slow down the impact that pasta, that bread, that pastry, that whatever you have it is having on your insulin spike in your bloodstream. So you want to think about that. Like, rather than having the fiber powder and the greens separate, have them at the same time or similar time, before, during, or after with the meal. And it's really going to help that impact. Now we have the tools with MetaPWR with this capsule that's called MetaPWR Assist. What this capsule is doing is a similar, similar concept. With the mulberry and the berberine in there, it is helping to slow down a fast carbohydrate and make it slower. So that's really cool. And what Dr. DeBell in that YouTube video was saying was that it's actually turning, think about it, it's turning a regular carbohydrate into an undigestible carbohydrate, which is really a fiber. So you're taking a regular carbohydrate and you're turning it into a fiber. That's that process of slowing it down. And so he gave that extra tip that as long as you're doing that, you're having these great fibers. Fibers are prebiotics. These are the things that feed the good gut bacteria and the good gut environment that we want to help nourish in our microbiome. So you're handing your microbiome, instead of something that's kind of hurting it, you're handing it food, something that is going to feed it with a good fiber. And why don't you give it a probiotic at the same time? So he made this idea. We have MetaPWR Assist, and then we have, what is our probiotic called? PB Assist. Take the two assists at the same time. That was great. And you're doing this, like, I love double dipping. You guys hear about this all the time. There you go. That's like a quadruple dip. So those are my tips. Let's open up the room in the discussion. All right. Aisha's like, yeah.
I just want to chime in here because I'm not a doctor, and I love all that we have to learn from Dr. Josie and all of our doctors. But I really want to hit home this takeaway of what Dr. Josie said. Every time our blood sugar spikes, we are causing aging, we are causing oxidative stress in our system. We have information now that has not been available. Like, a lot of the information that's coming out right now about healthy aging is actually revolutionary. And it is these simple things that we can do every single day that will make a massive impact on our longevity. I'm reading a great book right now by Dr. Mark Hyman called Young Forever. And I know that this can be a bit of a controversial term, but he refers to aging as a disease. Many of us think, oh, that's just a normal part of aging, right? The soreness in our body, all the things, the degeneration in our system. We accept that to be normal. Well, how about if I'm here to tell you, and really it's the doctors telling you, not me, I'm just delivering the message, that it's not actually normal, that it doesn't actually have to be the way, that I just turned 53. I am much healthier now than I was 13 years ago when I was 40. So how about this concept of aging gracefully, aging healthily, aging with longevity? So when you're in your 90s, or if you even want to go up into your hundreds, you're still driving, you're still riding a bike, you're still living an amazing quality of life. If that is something that you want, then right now, this is the time to take these daily actions, because it's going to set you up for success. So it really is these very simple things that we do. What are they? We talk so much about the importance of nutrition. It is hard to eat well. Let's admit it. Let's be real about it, right? Like, a lot of us here on this call have that awareness and that knowledge, but I still sometimes falter not eating great. However, I take my greens powder every day. I take my fiber powder every day. I take my LLV every day. So I'm getting that cellular nutrition and those greens and those fibers so I can help supplement the food that I'm eating. We literally are what we eat. I mean, literally, our cells are made up and recycle from the nutrients that we put in our body. So because of all the stresses and all the things that we're all battling with, you can use this as your foundation. When you think of the doTERRA wellness pyramid, there is a foundation, it's nutrition. And then we have this incredible line with the metabolic support of MetaPWR. I mean, MetaPWR is absolutely incredible and life-changing. So if you have not embraced your MetaPWR life, I cannot express to you how important and amazing and what a breakthrough this product is. And I sometimes hear people say, oh, I've taken it it broke my heart. I actually have somebody that bought some, she took it for 3 days. She said it wasn't doing anything, and she actually gave it to somebody else. This is not a product that you take for 2 or 3 days and go, I don't feel anything. This is a product that you really ultimately want to stay on for the rest of your life. If you do some of your own research about the effects of increasing the NAD+ in your cells and what that will do for your longevity and over the long haul, and the impact of that on so many disease states. I don't know, Dr. Josie, if you want to talk about that for just a moment. But
What's that
when you learn about that, you'll
stuff?
never want to go off of it. So I realize I'm on a little bit of a soapbox here, and I want to open this discussion for everybody else. But like, I really, really, really want to stress the importance. Like, we've talked for years about the small things that we do every day, the small frequent doses of our oils, of our LLV, of the MetaPWR, of the PB Assist. Like, this is the foundation for your health, for your longevity, for your happiness, for all of it. So again, if there's areas you need to go and kind of, get back on the train, we're just here to encourage you to do so.
Well, Aisha, there's a great website that you get a lot of great NMN, which is one of the main ingredients that you're talking about in the fiber powder. It's nmn.com. Is there something more than that? It's just, if you go and you check out, if you want to do your own research on the power of what's going on in there, it's just look up nmn.com. There's some stuff in the chat. I was just sharing with everybody that, right now, I just finished my warm, yummy fiber drink. And I think, Sandra, someone asked, what's a warm, yummy, what are you making it? A scoop of the fiber powder. And then I like to put extra citrus oils in there. So I'll put whatever citrus oils I have on hand in my fiber drink, and that's it. And I drink that, and it's super delicious. It's like a little hot apple cider is kind of what I feel like it tastes like. And then I have my gluten-free homemade toast with ghee on it. So I can usually I would not be feeling so psyched about myself having a carb first thing in the morning like this. But having the fiber power with or before it, I feel much better about it.
I also want to give you all a little business tip. For any of you that are sharing doTERRA, and we are actually going to talk about the Refer a Friend program, which I'm really excited about in the next portion of our call. But we don't need to be the expert. So we have amazing resources to lean on. And the nmn.com website is amazing. If you've not gone there, just go look at the medical studies and all the different diseases. And when you're sharing MetaPWR with someone, I do this all the time. I have a friend, mom has Parkinson's. I have another friend struggling with cancer, like somebody with diabetes. So rather than me trying to be that expert, I say, let me send you an article about the effects of NMN and NAD+ on this particular disease. Pretty much every disease state I have gone to search for, I have found. And then I send them that research article, and then I can tell them, we have a product that helps your body create its own NAD+. Another thing I want to share with you is that I'm part of a wellness spa. They give synthetic NAD+ drips. People are paying thousands, and I mean thousands of dollars for a dose of NAD+ drips. The NAD+ is synthetic, and they get sick while they are having the IV drip. Now think about that. You are putting synthetic NAD+ into your cells. You are paying thousands of dollars and you're getting sick. Like literally, people will feel like they have the flu while they're getting the IV drip, and then it stops once the drip is over. We have a product that helps your body create its own NAD+. That is really huge. So I just want, these are just talking points.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's open the room to
There's a question. Can you say again where all the studies live? I think Kirsten was asking.
Yeah, Erin put the link in the chat. It's nmn.com.
And it will be on the show notes for people listening to the podcast. On the replay, we'll have the link there, but super easy, nmn.com. The advantage really, that's the magic ingredient in there.
And as Dr. O said, he said that advantage is really a delivery system for the NMN. Like it is really the collagen is amazing, but it is the delivery system for the NMN. Any other questions, or is there anybody else that would like to share?
Yeah, I'd just like to share about joint pain, and that's something that I struggle with. And I just think it's so powerful, when I've gone to allopathic routes. I believe that I have a genetic predisposition of a lot of joint problems, and because I'm hypermobile. And it's just so interesting, the knowledge and the power of knowledge that we have. When I go to the allopathic doctors, it's pretty much like, here is pain medicine and do physical therapy, and to know that we can bring in these products. And if, anyone with joint pain and high inflammation in their bodies, this advice is so powerful, working on our sugar levels, right? So that we can reduce the inflammation. And really what I've found by taking the MetaPWR and using our doTERRA products is a lot of pain reduction. So I just feel like there's so many levels of like aging gracefully, but what does that mean? I mean, that really means a higher quality of life. Like sometimes when I think aging gracefully, I think of beauty, right? But don't we want to feel good in our bodies and, be able to go, I know people retire and then they don't feel good, and they're like, when I'm going to retire, I'm going to do all my dreams. But then a lot of people are like not feeling good in their bodies to go do all their dreams. So I just want to say, like, this is just so powerful on so many levels for just a better quality of life, which I think is so important.
What other tips, tricks, things have people experienced in their lives about their blood sugar control? We haven't even talked about the MetaPWR oil, which I can say, I don't think she's here. Dr. Mika was recently, because of a certain situation, not able to take her advantage. And she was just taking the MetaPWR oil all throughout the day in the gel caps and in the oil. And she's like, oh my God, blew my mind. The MetaPWR oil is like the strongest thing in the MetaPWR. Like Aisha's like, no, it's the advantage. And Mika's like, no, it's the MetaPWR oil. You take it all day long. It is just changing all your cells. It's keeping you at that total baseline of alignment in your blood sugar control that we're speaking about. Please do not underestimate the new, it's the old Slim and Sassy, it's the new MetaPWR oil, and it has beadlets, it has gum, it's in gel caps, or it's in an oil. There's no excuse not to be using this thing in one of those 4 forms, because they're really trying to make it accessible to like everybody. And how it is just, it's another support. I mean, the system, the whole MetaPWR system, that's what it is, to help support us. I love the oil. I love Slim and Sassy, but it gets strong, and it can be strong for some people. And this new formulation is so much more easy and like pleasing for the palate, and to just take, and your whole body just goes, oh, thank you.
You know,
I think I have shared this before, but in case there's anyone new who hasn't heard it, sometimes we're a little addicted to sodas. Has anybody had a soda addiction or know somebody who does? It's definitely something that I had to work through, and a Red Bull addiction when I first started with doTERRA. And the MetaPWR oil is absolutely perfect for a little soda alternative. So what you do is you get sparkling water. I have a little machine that makes my own sparkling water because I love it so much. And you put a little bit of stevia in the bottom of the cup, a few drops of MetaPWR oil. I like a squeeze of lime to take it to the next level, or squeeze of lemon, and then you fill that up with sparkling water. And it is delicious. It's absolutely delicious. So if you are trying to break an addiction or a habit, the best advice I can give you as someone who's broken some major addictions is, instead of going cold turkey, crowd out your addiction with something good for you. So if soda is the thing, or if a nightly cocktail is the thing, you can make really yummy drinks with our oils. And I've got a lot of other recipes around it, but that is my favorite one. I always go back to it.
You know, a really good point about that too, Erin, is that as we take these products, and I think any of us that have taken them regularly have experienced this, your cravings will actually naturally go away. And it's really nice when you can see whatever that is that you used to be tempted, whether it's the drink or the ice cream or the cookie or the cola, whatever it is. And then suddenly you literally don't want it. And it's the most remarkable feeling to just be like, I don't want it. Or you'll taste it and you'll be like, I can't even finish it. And that's your body coming into balance. And when that happens, like it's amazing, right? Because oftentimes when we're trying to come off an addiction, there's a struggle and the fight, and and it just removes all of that, which is a really beautiful thing.
I love what Erin said. And it's like, don't focus on removing, focus on crowding out.
Yes. And,
So
and or
it's a reframe to these products, because we hear it. People are like, oh my God, I get confused. There's so much, or there's too much. I don't know what to do. Take that opportunity as a crowding out opportunity. If you're working with candida, with brain fog, with sugar addiction, carb addiction, this is your opportunity. You have all of the MetaPWR products, 3 different things, but it's 4, 5, 6 different like actual like things, products, plus the fiber, plus the greens. Work all that into your day and see if you have time to eat a cookie.
Yeah, actually, that's when I do that's when I do the fiber.
Mhm.
The fiber cuts my cookie cravings, my sweet cravings.
I know. I've just started working with it to help with my food, but normally I love it before bed. I love it as my dessert, actually, in the evening. It's like a nice cup of like apple cider, basically.
And let's just all admit it. Sometimes we want a bowl of ice cream or a bowl of pudding. Or the other night I had some amazing tiramisu. So what did I do? I had my MetaPWR assist before I had my treat.
Yeah.
Another little tip is you can, this is just an add-in, but after sugar cravings, doing the MetaPWR assist and then also coriander on the bottoms of your feet will help with those sugar spikes as well. Coriander is wonderful for balancing our blood sugar too. So that's just a nice little addition if you have some coriander.
I love that, Ari. And coriander's in Digest Zen. So if you don't have coriander, you can just use Digest Zen too.
Yeah, you could do the MetaPWR and the assist and the Digest Zen might be a nice little combo. And I love that crowding out too, Erin. I find that to be so true. Sometimes if we try to take something out that comforts us, but we're focusing on taking it out and our mind is focused on taking it out, then we'll end up failing because we're so focused on it and we are so used to it for comfort, and the comfort need overrides, right? So I love your suggestions too, Josie, of like the warm fiber drink at night. I haven't been doing that, but I'm going to add that in because that's when I have my sweet cravings. I love the soda idea too. What were you going to say, Asha?
Hi, everybody. Just jumping in for a second. I've been working with the fiber powder again. You know, I took it when it first came out, but now I'm really coming into it, especially with the Pink Moon cleanse. And it's like a cleanse in itself. I mean, I was like, whoa, it's amazing. I highly recommend leaning into it, even just once a day and seeing what happens. And then in terms of MetaPWR, I'm relating to everything everyone else is saying, especially Ariana with aches and pains. I'm very active. I'm a yoga teacher. I play pickleball 3 times a week. I'm like a super duper athlete type. And I feel like a teenager. I mean, my energy, it literally brought me, you guys, out of my long COVID exhaustion. I would not have started playing pickleball if it wasn't for MetaPWR. It brought my energy back. So that's huge, right?
That's huge,
tired.
Asha.
Yeah, I was tired for 3 years. So it was like no joke. But the last thing I wanted to say, and this is kind of superficial, but my skin, you guys, I mean,
All over skin.
I'm sorry, but the doTERRA products are so amazing for your skin. The lifelong vitality, the citrus water, right? All these things, yarrow palm, I add into my cream, right? All these things, I feel like I have the golden ticket for anti-aging and skin. And now add on the MetaPWR, my skin has never felt more soft. Does anybody else? I see some nodding. It's really amazing. So if you were just going to get people interested just from that superficial, like, let's talk about skincare and aging, you know, Aisha was talking about all the beautiful internal, amazing anti-aging, feeding the mitochondria, right? Cutting down the antioxidant stress and all those wonderful aspects. But a lot of people are more interested, I'm sorry, but in how they look, right? Even more than how they feel. So I'm just saying there's so many entry points to this product line.
Well, that's a great segue, Asha, for us to talk about the Refer a Friend program that is just starting. Did it literally start today, the April 3rd? Is this what starts on April 3rd? Yes, right? Yeah.
The first, I thought it started on the first.
What starts April 3rd? Something, I think. Anyways,
I believe it was April 3rd for Refer a Friend and free enrollment on the 1st, but
okay. Well, there's a lot of new business changes post leadership, and well, it's the 3rd, so everything is on now. And we wanted this opportunity to segue into that business part of the program and talking about, we love all these products. It's hard to shut up about them. right? Because I just love to tell my friends about what I'm loving and doing. And so if that starts to come up and happen, doTERRA has just made this huge shift for people who are not wellness advocates, right? So a lot of us some of us are, and some of us aren't on this call or listening. So if you're a wellness advocate, that means you've embraced in some way the doTERRA business platform and earning some money with doTERRA previously. So this shift is for wholesale customers. So people who are just great customers, not so great customers, they bought, they have an account and they've bought, and they want to make it super simple for these wholesale customers to now, in this new and newer environment of online shopping and with the internet, for those people to just share very easily a link when they've talked about a product with a friend, and they don't have to talk about enrollment, and they don't have to talk about this and that. They just say, here you go, here's my link, and here's how you can get that great fiber powder. So, Aish, are we going to show a video?
Yes, I'm going to play a very short video. So if you are listening to the podcast, you can find this video on the doTERRA website. So let me share my screen and get that set up for everybody. Okay, and this video is also on YouTube.
That's what I'm talking about. Wait. Okay, now, from the beginning.
Get it, boys.
Aisha, we don't have sound.
Oh, you don't have sound?
Stop
Go
your
back to the beginning.
share. Stop your share. And when you go to share your screen, there's a little button that says, I can't remember exactly what it says, but it says share sound, something like that. You want to press that button.
Okay, sorry about that. And it's not letting me do full screen, everyone. So that's why, let's see. Well, I'm not seeing that setting. Maybe we are not going to watch the video. Do you want me to well, I could hand it over to you, Erin, or we can just move forward.
Sure. Well, why don't you guys hand it over to me, chat a little bit, and I'll try to pull it up.
Okay, do you have the link?
No, you could send that to me too.
It's in the, okay, well, hold on a second. Sorry, everybody.
Can I share?
Yes,
to
please.
my account manager this morning, and she said that what's going to happen is that when our wholesale customers are going into their, place their order or whatever, it will pop up a link that says share with a friend or something like that, and share your link with a friend. And then it takes them through the process. If they choose, they don't understand what that is. If they choose to say no, it may or may not pop up the next time. So it's very important. It's important for us as well as advocates to get this message out to our wholesale customers, whether they're ordering or not. And so I found that to be very helpful.
Okay, can everybody see this?
Yes.
Oh, wait, Erin, that's not the right one.
Oh, I got that from our text thread. What's the...
I just sent you the other link. That was the other video.
Well, that one has a lot more information than the doTERRA one's, like, very short.
Oh, do you want to watch that one instead? Okay, sure, play that one.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm Beth Giles, and in this video, I want to share with you a little bit more about the doTERRA Refer a Friend program. So in this program, if you are a wholesale customer with doTERRA, you have a code that you can share, and that will earn you doTERRA dollars. Now, doTERRA dollars are pretty cool because they're just like regular dollars that you can use to spend on any doTERRA purchases. So when you're placing your order, you can select the doTERRA dollars and you can use those from everything from products to diffusers, our LLV pack. You can use them for your shipping, your tax, and even a donation to our Healing Hands Foundation. So this is a super simple way to share essential oils with your friends. You can, if you're posting on social media, you can include the link in your post. If you're texting it to a friend, you can just send it via text or email. They're going to click on the link, and then when they go to the website through your link, you're going to get 20% on their order. Now, the percentage is off the PV, not the dollar amount. So if you see a kit is 100 PV, it might be $150, but it's 100 PV, you're going to get 20% of the PV. So if it's 100 PV, you're going to get $20 in doTERRA dollars. And you can make a maximum of $599 in a calendar year in doTERRA dollars. So if you're sharing with your friends and family, you can earn up to $599 in free stuff. And make sure that you're ordering on our loyalty rewards program because you can get points as well as dollars. So if you have questions about that, please let me know and I will share additional information with you.
Oh, hold on, sorry. I'm gonna mute myself.
So that's kind of a message for an actual customer. We can talk about from our standpoint, if we're educating a wellness customer as a wellness advocate, is that some of the things we've learned. And I'm trying to think, are there any questions that are coming up for people? So Florence was saying that as soon as someone now after logs in, who's a wellness customer to their account, it will come up and say, they'll see, would you like to have a link, learn about getting the link? And what you're saying, Florence, is if they say no, it might not come up again. I don't know that yet.
Yeah, she said that may or may not pop up again. So that's why it's important for us as wellness advocates to educate our customers that, as we're talking to them, oh, I have this friend, then, then they can go. She said they can go to their account profile and they will find their link there and then send that to their friend.
Right. So if the pop-up goes away, it's always under their account. It's their name in that account profile drop down. That's where to live.
Yeah, correct.
Nancy was asking that when she went in, she was only able to make the link for individual products. Can you make a whole wish list? Wasn't there a wish list option? How do you make it for multiple products? Does anybody know that answer?
We haven't, since we haven't done it yet from that standpoint. Educational link, I don't think so. Like that's wellness advocates, we can create an educational link. I think this is for very simple sharing. I assumed you could do it for more than one product. So we'll have to get into some.
The educational link is different. And I believe with an educational link, because that's linking to an article or something of that sort, it's an individual link. You can make a shopping cart or a shopping, a kit with multiple items is one link, but the educational links, I believe you can only do like one article at a time, if I'm not mistaken.
And there's a clarifying question about, is this for wellness advocates or wholesale customers? So what we're talking about, refer a friend, is only for wholesale customers and they're not making money. I think that's really important to clarify. They're making points basically, but the points can be used for other things and they can only make up to $500 and something a year. So I do think, you want to make that distinction with people. If they occasionally want to share with a friend about Lavender Balance or MetaPWR, and they'd love to earn some extra points, then refer a friend is a good option.
And
But
to
if
share- oh, go ahead, Erin.
if they're sharing on the regular basis and they want to make cash, they would want to become a wellness advocate. I think the real big distinction though is a wellness advocate has to do 100 PV loyalty rewards order to earn their cash, where the wholesale customer doesn't have to have the LRP going, right, to earn their points, or do they have to have?
No, they do not. Yeah, that's one of the big things. I would say the big distinction there in it. And for that effort, yes, you have to, if you're already buying the products, you have to do 100 PV LRP order as a wellness advocate to receive any compensation money. But every time that you share or enroll someone, you're getting that 20% for 2 months. So you're getting double that kickback. So a wholesale customer is just getting it that 20% for the first month. Okay. So if you're a wellness advocate, you're getting it for 2 months, and then you're getting the residual income from that customer going on.
The other thing that's important to know is that when your customer enrolls this person, that person actually goes on your front line, and then you can actually move them wherever you would like in your organization, because you cannot put somebody underneath a customer. So that might be an opportunity to have a conversation with them about, would you like to become a wellness advocate? Or sometimes people are just happy to share they have no interest in becoming a wellness advocate. The other way to leverage this is a lot of people are broke right now. A lot of people are tight with their funds. I have people tell me, well, I'd love to take MetaPWR, but I can't afford it. I was like, well, let me share with you how to get it for free. Like, this isn't you don't have to do a doTERRA business. You don't have to do what I'm doing. If you love this product and if you simply start sharing it with some people, here's a referral link. It's in regards to making that referral link. You can make that referral link and then copy and paste it into your notes or wherever you would put something that makes sense for you, or you could help them do this. You could help them make that link and say, put this link in your notes. And then you can share this link with family and friends anytime this conversation comes up. Or like a lot of people on Instagram have links that are attached to their bio page. You know, I sell doTERRA, but there's other products that I still, it's like, oh, I love this, you know, mushroom matcha. So if you buy it from me, I'll get $20 back, right? I mean, a lot of people have referral links for products that they like, just because they simply want to share them. They're just getting a kickback from that. So this is the same thing with doTERRA. It's like, share your link, whatever they buy, you're going to get doTERRA dollars. You can start using that to pay for your orders.
Someone in the feed asked, a tip on, you gave one on the link, where would you help someone? My tip is, when I have anyone who is sharing or with doTERRA who has an account, I suggest that they make a doTERRA contact in their contact list. And you want to have their wellness advocate or their wholesale customer number there, their password, and I give them doTERRA customer service, and that's all in that doTERRA contact in their phone. And now you could put right down in the notes of that contact their link. So all their doTERRA information is in a contact in their contact list, right? And so that's how someone who's not doing the business and thinking about it, they're going to, well, where's my doTERRA? Oh, it's in my doTERRA contact. So that's my tip for that. And I wanted to also go to.
You mean in the phone? You're talking about like in your phone?
Yes, in your phone, in your contact list, like, you know, where you have people's, like, make one for doTERRA, and that has your password, your ID number, and now you'd have your link. It's all there, and customer service.
I've done that for years. I have, you know, it's like name, first name, last name, and then there's another line. And I always have their ID and their password, because inevitably either I need to do something for them or they forget, and it's just handy. But I love this, having the link in there also under the notes. I just wanted to share, I have a friend who has a lot of medical issues. She's battling cancer. This is going on, that's going on. And she said to me the other day, every cell in my being resonates with doTERRA and this plant medicine. I love it. I want it. I need it. And I'm on a very fixed budget. Now, this is a person that is not technical at all. I mean, like, I invited her to the call the other day on doTERRA. She registered and I was like, oh, great, it's gonna happen. Inevitably, she couldn't get on. You know, that kind of person, not technical, but this she can do. She can copy a link and right, I'll get her that link, and because she wants these products. And the reason I'm sharing this story is many of us are very shy with sharing sometimes. I'm trying to help her get what she needs, right? This isn't about me. It's like there's so many people that are actually going to be really, really psyched to get almost $600 worth of free healthcare products, right? Let's think about that.
Yeah, that's such a great point, because I was speaking with a wellness advocate the other day, and they, were like, it's getting so expensive. You got to be on LLV and now MetaPWR and all these things. And in my mind, yes, it is expensive, but it's also, I get to be on all of those things. And there's so many ways to get it paid for. I looked at this Zoom and there's many people in this room that are getting all of their products completely free. So we have to reframe that for people. And now they don't have to do the business. They don't even have to have an LRP. They have a way that they can get their products for free. Now, me personally, with a family of 4, we spend over $500 a month on our products, not a year. So that's when, for some families, it's going to be like, well, let's talk about actually earning income, not just your points. And it can be a great conversation starter for that, and a great lead in, especially if you notice the person is bringing in so many referrals. Then that's a time to go and talk to them about upgrading to a wellness advocate. And I think what this really all points to is, if you're building this business, you want to have onboarding systems. So it's this systematic approach where you enroll someone and then you do some kind of follow-up conversation with them. And that's when you put all their information into your contacts and you help them get their link, so that customer care becomes so important. So you can be guiding them along that process and helping them kind of figure it all out.
Erin, you see that just listed? Yeah, that's super great tip. I forgot about that. Yeah, this referral link is not rocket science, everyone. Like, you don't even have to know where to go in the thing to grab yours. It's actually a formula. So the referral link for everybody, for all wellness customers, right? Not us, we're wellness advocates, wellness customers. Their referral link will be, if you can't get into their back office and all that kind of stuff, see this in the chat. It's referral.doterra.me/ whatever their member number is. That's going to be their referral link.
I also
bring that up on the screen. Sorry, Aisha. I just want
to. Yeah, it's a thing that people probably want to take a screen capture of and stuff, because it's like, you're going to forget, but it's really simple. So that's what it is.
I'll grab it in a second. Go ahead, Aisha.
I think this is a really good question that Nancy's asking, and I think it's important to address. I'm going to read what she's wrote. If we have to make a purchase of 125 PV to get the product of the month, then we cannot get all of our products free. We have to spend at least that much each month in our LRP. Am I missing something? So when we say we're getting our products for free, what we mean is that we are generating that much money back into our business. So we get that back in a check from doTERRA. So yes, we all have to put that 125 on our credit card, but then on the 15th of every month, you have an income that's coming in that's giving you that money back. Does that make sense? So if you're a customer and you're just sharing, you're getting that money in doTERRA dollars. So then that money sits in your account. So when you go to pay for your order, you can use that money to pay for your order. For us that are wellness advocates doing the business, our first goal is to help somebody just get that money back that they're paying for. So does that answer your question? Does that make sense? Yeah, take a screenshot of that. That's really easy to remember.
And let's not forget that all enrollment is waived now. When anyone is purchasing from doTERRA through any of our wellness advocate links or our numbers or a wholesale customers referral link, enrollment is waived. If they put in their information and they're only buying one lavender, they now have a free doTERRA account for a year. So the wellness customers do not need to be on LRP. A wellness customer, WC, does not need to be on LRP. They do not need to have had an order that month. They could share that account. Someone could fill out the information, buy their lavender, and that person now has a doTERRA account. So I know there was some other questions too. And
I'd like to say one thing. Patricia and I have been kind of chatting back and forth. And I think the coolest thing about this program is the person that's buying doesn't have to buy anything but the product they want. They get free membership. The only drawback is they don't get free shipping, but they get to buy, I mean, they can buy a lip balm if they want, you know, or anything that they want, they can buy with free membership, just like that. So those people that have, you know, like, oh, I just want a lavender, boom, send them the link and it's there. Just wanted to say.
yes,
That's so powerful because then they have the opt-in of receiving emails from doTERRA. They're getting connected. So it starts, and then often, you know, you start using these products and you want to buy more and you get interested. But I think this is such a great thing because it's so competitive with online shopping in general, right? To be able to say you don't have to spend the $35 for enrollment if you want a bottle of wild orange and MetaPWR because you heard this call, right? You could just say, here you go, free membership. And I think that makes it so much easier for us.
I think it's going to be huge. I think for whatever reason, that $35 little hurdle is an issue for some people. And they're removing the hurdles. doTERRA is removing the hurdles. And, you know, it's really interesting too, because, you know, they opened last June in India and I was there and I have a lot of contacts and I go back and forth to India and have for decades. And they don't have any enrollment fee in India. And so I thought, well, that's really interesting. And I get it. We all understand why. There's the disparity of wealth there is huge. But I was like, but how can doTERRA be so different in different countries? And so I feel like it's evening the playing field a little bit by bringing this here, because I was like, wow, the world's largest democracy does not have an enrollment fee. And we still do. And so I think this is really cool. I really do think it's gonna transform our businesses.
I know that we're at our time, but I'd love to give a little advice because there's someone in the chat that is expressing some struggles with getting her business going. And I just want to leave everyone with a few things. If you are struggling in your business right now, if you're having a difficult time finding people who are saying yes to the business, yes to building with you, yes to purchasing the product, the number one thing that I would invite you to take a look at is your personal belief. On a scale of 1 to 10, and you can go ahead and write this down right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in your belief that this product is life-changing and everyone needs it? Be really honest with yourself. You don't have to share. Just take note. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe that this product literally needs to be in every single hand? On a scale of 1 to 10, where's your belief in this business opportunity? Do you believe that when somebody sells a bottle of lavender oil, that they will get a commission check from doTERRA? Do you believe that when you build a team, you will gain residual income? Do you believe it's possible? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much where is your belief in yourself? Do you believe that you have what it takes, that you have the skills, that you have the capacity, the energy, the resources? And watch the internal chatter. If you hear the word but, explore that. Don't shut it down. We can sometimes have this toxic positivity where we go, oh, I'm going to shut that down. I don't want to hear it. But your subconscious mind doesn't shut it down. Your subconscious mind holds it. So if you hear yourself be anything less than a 10, then get really curious about why you're not a 10. Listen to all the buts. Ask yourself more questions and write this all down. Then I would invite you to go to someone who is either your sponsor in doTERRA, one of us, a friend in doTERRA, and talk to them about the blocks that you have from becoming a 10. The longer and longer I do this business, the more I have come to understand that belief is everything. If we have a breakdown in our belief, I guarantee you, you're going to start hearing no when you could be hearing yes. The second thing that I'd love to share with everyone is simplify your systems. So if you meet someone and you fire hose them with, oh my God, MetaPWR and essential oils and doTERRA's healing hands, it's never going to work because they're just going to be overwhelmed and they don't know what you know. But if you have a very clear system, my personal system is showing up on social media and sharing the transformation that I have from the lifestyle. I usually wait until someone shows interest, and then I ask them permission-based questions to take them to the next step. First step might be a sample. Second step might be a video. Third step might be a one-to-one meeting where I help them pick out their kit. So everybody's going to have a different system, but get clear about your system and kind of hold your energy back a little bit and wait for somebody to move towards you. Because when we fire hose people, it's a sure way to get them totally freaked out. So I just wanted to share those little tips. If you're struggling, they make a big difference for me. And even after 14 years, I still struggle sometimes. So this is tested advice.
I just want to add one thing to that. That was amazing. Thank you for that reminder. And that is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your commitment to your own self-care? Because our energy can be infectious, and our energy can also be repelling. And people actually are not buying doTERRA, they're buying you. So is your energy in check? How is your health? This is not about being perfect, but are you committed to taking your LLV? Are you committed to taking your MetaPWR? Are you personally living the doTERRA lifestyle? So that is just one more element and area to just look at. And again, no, this isn't about beating yourself up or judging yourself. It's like, okay, how can I recommit and bring in one more thing or one more habit or just one more step to help me out in that direction? So we're 5 minutes after the hour. Thank you all so much for this amazing call. We love connecting with you, seeing you here every week. And we will continue to have more discussions about sharing, about activating your businesses, getting your businesses going. And if you are new to our community, and if you are struggling with your business, please go check out our website, hellovisionary.life, and look under the business section. We have a lot of training videos. We have a lot of tools. We have a massive amount of resources that you can listen to and dive into, and that will also really help support your journey. And most importantly, just never give up, right? We only fail when we give up, and be willing to fail forward, because we're all learning and relearning and getting up and doing it, and we just keep going. So we love you all so much. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.